discussion and discourse around it was the idea about when relationships and bonds change from success. It's always we even talk about here a lot, where it's like if you lose something, you fail or fumble, lose your status, how can a woman, whoever you dealing with, deal with that? Are they still going to stick around, still going to love you, still going to tolerate you? But also how dynamics can change even with success though.
Yeah.
I remember my OA told me that years ago. Yeah, people always talk about like if you fall down, will she still be with you? But also will she still be with you?
I talked about that in a couple episodes ago.
I wasn't listening.
Yes, you was. There's a clip out there somewhere.
But to me, that's why I
trying to present some profoundness like he ain't heard it 2 weeks ago.
No, that's what I got.
Talking about his old head. I'm his old head. I'm the old head that said it. Go ahead.
So that wasn't my dad.
What else I say? I am your dad, nigga. Why do you think me and your mom be having problems?
Fair. I see the science. Keep coming with this one.
No, go ahead.
But just the idea, I feel that's what happened in a lot of relationships and tension is when someone can realize somebody may be surpassing you or being successful.
No, that's a fact.
Or when you're not when you're just not the center of the conversation anymore.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
And you can't even deal with that spotlight not being on you.
So let's pivot just a little bit. We can come back to that, but just pivoting when you're thinking about it, right? I feel like me personally, like that was something that like I had to learn. So it's like always being somebody, even if just in my environment, even if it's like if you the family star, just being a star of the family, right? So it's like you the person when you come in the crib and Thanksgiving, everybody like, nah, he, what's up? Like everybody, all the kids run up to you, everybody happy to see you. It's like you brighten everybody's day. You get accustomed to that spotlight, right? So most people don't have the training or the experience that would show them how to deal with it when it's no longer them. So you see this happen transparent across the board in life where people used to be in the person, like that person, and then when they're no longer in the spotlight, they don't know how to create room for the person who's coming. You feel what I'm saying? For me, I was able to go through an experience where my nephew, I used to rap, he became a rapper, and like he charismatic. It runs in our family. We charismatic, we witty, we funny, we, you know what I'm saying? Like we got that good energy. And it's like he came in at a time where I still was getting it, but I started to see the
shifts.
Yeah, for sure. But I had one or two options. I could have been on some trying to compete for shit, or I can embrace it and let him have his moment. And I let him have his moment. And I started to actually feed and pour into it because I realized that it was only one or two ways it could be. But I've, in too many situations, been in a situation where I'm starting to get my time. Like, I'm the guy of the family. I'm the person. And it's like the person who had it before still trying to maintain it. And that's where it come off like it could be mentorship, but it's not. You still trying to show that you could do it. Oh, when I was your age, I could do this. Or I really had it popping like that. And it's like instead of becoming that way, I was just like, I'm gonna show you how to do this shit the right way. Like, and I embraced it. And that helped me in every area of life because that's just a small example. But I say how that is, where it's like, I don't be bothered by other people's uprising, essentially. It's like, I know that my space is my space. I just focus on what I can control and where I'm operating at. And if I graduated from a space, I'm not about to go back and try to relive that moment. It's like, nigga, that's like the nigga that graduated high school, but he's still playing a lot out trying to get the young chicks he never could get when he was actually in there because he ain't had that moment. But it's like, when you go on, it's like, all right, now I'm just gonna be that nigga in college. So it's like, for me, that'd be my mindset. Like, it's like, all right, I'm gonna grow and I'm gonna develop and I'm gonna go get better over here versus me trying to occupy a space where it clearly is occupied by somebody else. That's cool.
Can you imagine that, or have you ever dealt with that in a romantic situation?
So that's a good question. So I don't date in that way. What I mean by that is, it's like, I'm not really attracted to, like, and I'm not saying they're not attractive, like they don't look good, but I've never really found myself in a predicament. Even if I dated chicks that were lit, for some reason, some way, somehow, I don't end up on that side of the spectrum. It always still end up the reverse. It still end up, because me, I'm a creature of evolution myself, so I'm not really thinking about staying the same. I'm kind of always trying to evolve. So if I'm trying to evolve and I'm around you, even if I meet you and you got some shit going on, I'm not going to stay where I'm at. I'm still trying to grow and develop. So it wasn't ever a situation where it was like, I did have chicks that I've dated that, you know, went on. One of my exes went up and got a lot of TikTok followers. Like, I had girls that I dated that went and did that, but that don't bother me. It's like, I don't know. I think it's a steadfast thing within self, because when you grow up around, it's me acknowledging someone else's talent don't take away from mine. So me acknowledging they spotlight or they growth don't take away from mine. It's like, and if we in a competitive space where it's like we on against each other in basketball, that's different. It's justified as to why I'm trying to push it. You feel why I'm trying to go at.
You got a podcast too.
Yeah, no, that's different. That's not the same, because I wouldn't focus on it. So for me, I feel like that'd be I'm glad you said that. I wouldn't even put my attention on it. I got my own shit I'm worried about. So my growth is not attached to yours. Now, when we talk about growing as a couple and how that can affect that, that's just, I seen on the internet the other day, you know what I mean? Big shout out to the Lovepreneur or whatever. I seen Diane say, she said something like, in that regard to the situation that you presented, basically like getting to know, basically like when you met somebody and getting to know them, who they are at that level now, like having grace and like growing with them. And I don't want to misquote her, you know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is, it was conceptually speaking to that. And I thought that that was dope to acknowledge, because it's like, you do have to re-get to know somebody because they got to re-get to know themselves. Like I always say, like, I don't know you as a millionaire. I know you as this 6-figure earner. I don't know you as a 7 and 8-figure earner to say how you would be. You might come in here on that fuck you money tip, like hold my bag. Like who knows? So I got to get to know you as you grow. Like, when I met you, you wasn't making 6 figures. Then you increased to that. So I had to get to know you at the 6-figure level. And it's like, that's how it is. So when we think about growing and developing, it's like you got to get to know your partner or even your friends again as they evolve, or you will get left behind. So in that situation, I just feel like, you know, to what she said, like I don't remember the exact, because I don't keep up with the trendy shit, but I just know that it was in regards to getting to know your person, and I thought it made sense. Like the fame wasn't there, the money wasn't there, all this stuff wasn't there. So you need to get to know that person, and you know, allow them room to become that person. Don't be afraid of that person's growth. Like don't be intimidated by it.
Embrace it, yeah.
Embrace it.
Either adapt to change or, you know, yeah.
And that's, I guess it ties full circle to what I was saying, because like I literally looked and I was like, the first instant was like, I felt like I'm still in my prime. But then the second instant was like, I can still be in my prime over here. Like, what you need from me?